Welcome to Active Minds Breaking Barriers. This podcast is all about supporting college students on their journey. College can be overwhelming, especially when it comes to balancing academics, mental health, and personal growth. Here, we'll have real conversations about the challenges students face, like stress, academic pressure, and finding the right support, while sharing resources and stories to help you succeed. Let's break these barriers together. So, first, let's define what a first generation student is. A first gen student is someone who is the first in their family to attend and graduate from college. It's a journey filled with challenges, figuring things out, and balancing school with responsibilities, and sometimes feeling the weight of breaking generational curses or cycles. Yes, but it's all about a journey filled with resilience, strength, and paving the way for those who come after. And today, I am beyond excited to welcome our guest, Sateira Coles. Sateira is a first gen student at your college, and her major is finance. She is passionate about mental health, financial literacy, and helping people. She also helps businesses realize their hidden potential. Okay. Hello, Sateria. Remember that you're muted. It's okay.
Hi, I'm sorry about that. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to have you.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
Thank
I'm
you.
happy to be the first guest on your Active Minds.
Period. And I'm glad that you said yes, girl, because I know that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. So this is a
I'm
this is an
excited.
opportunity.
It's my first time, but I'm excited.
Thank you. Okay, so let's dive in. First question. Let's set the scene. 23-year-old you walked into college for the first time. What was going through your mind?
23-year-old me walking to college for the first time. I was excited. I was excited for the new journey. I was excited to get to know different cultures. The only thing I was nervous about was my age. I thought I started late, but once I got to York, I realized how diverse the students were, and age did not
Mm-hmm.
matter at all.
I like that. I started late as well, but as you said, age is not really a big thing. When you came here, you saw different age groups. So I'm glad that you felt comfortable, a sense of comfort while you started. Okay, second question. What influenced you to start your college journey?
For me, it was more so of people who influenced me. I've always been a studious person. I always been a person that always wants to learn and get to know more things. So I was always a person that's in the library, and it was basically someone who seen the potential in me and took that and like took the risk to push me further. I didn't see that I needed school, but they seen that I needed school. And coincidentally, how it happened was one day she gave me a number and told me to call the number. At the time, I didn't know what the number was, but after calling
Mm-hmm.
the number, I found out it was someone here at York in the admissions office. And she told me to tell them that she sent me. So it happened like so coincidentally, like it happened the way like it needed to happen. And the way it happened made me realize that I actually do need to be in school.
I think that lady, not even think, I know that lady is one of your destiny makers, and God put her there for a reason. God saw the potential in you and he wanted you to shine more. And see, where are you now? On a
Yes.
podcast, telling your story.
Thank you. Like if it wasn't for her, who knows? I would never been on no podcast. I would have been in college or been wanting more as much as I want for myself if it wasn't for her who seen that in me, what I couldn't see in myself at the time. So
Right. One thing that I wanted to share with you, I also saw it today before like starting this. I was watching a YouTube channel. Like I listened to this guy. His name is I don't remember, but his channel is called Church Life, and he said that people see the potential, they see the light in you before you can even see it for
Yes,
yourself.
that's so true.
So everything that you've been telling me is just God telling you go girl.
This is the way you need to go.
Yeah. So the
Yep.
next guy, the next question is, what's the one myth about college that you believed 100% before you started? And now what is the reality?
One myth that I believed about college to be 100% true was that it was useless and it was pointless. What I know now, the reality now that I am in my second year of college, I realize it's not useless and it's whatever you make it. So what I mean by that, in a sense of course, if you come to college with no idea or plan of where you want to be or who you want to be in life, it can be useful because you wouldn't know what to do with all of the resources and things that are around you. Versus when you have a plan and you have an idea of who you want to be and where you want to be in life, um, you could the resources become more useful to you. Not only
Right.
do they become more resourceful to you, you reach out to look for more things that help you and aid you to get to where you want to be at. And college is the perfect place for you to not only gain the resources, but gain the connections that you need to develop and also grow as the person, grow as a person, because this is the perfect opportunity to grow as a person, to learn yourself and to figure out all of the things you want and who you want to be in life. So I realized college is really what you make it. If you can make it the best thing for you and you can also make it the worst thing for you.
That's a very on point response. I'm just asking this, like, what office has been the most resourceful to you on campus so far?
Hmm, I'm going to say there's two offices that has been
Yeah.
like a CSD, and not only because I work here, but also because of the faculty here is really, really encouraging, supporting, and want to see you do better. And they also had resources, but also student activities department, and they helped me in resources of helping me experience things I never experienced and putting me in places I never thought I would be. For example, the previous Yale trip, I would have never thought I could go there. So it's student activities for the short answer, student activities and CSD. CSD also helped me with many resources, and student activities helped me to get places that I've never experienced. And I'm
Okay.
sorry, can I say
It's
one more? I'm
okay.
so sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead.
The Counseling Center has also been a huge part of my college journey from the beginning, from the first semester.
Yeah.
Before any other department, the counseling department was the first department that I've engaged myself in, which were the workshops, the mental health workshops. That really has helped me and grounded me in school to realize that this is not just about school. It's about you and your well-being and how you're doing and how school is treating you. So that the Counseling Center, CSD, and student activities have been huge factors in my college journey so far.
Thank you for sharing that. And I like how you said it's about you. And now you're an example to show students that it's not just about going to classes, it's also about networking
Yes.
and advocating for yourself. So thank you so much for that. Next question is, have you ever had a moment where you wanted to give up? What got you through it?
Okay, for a fast answer, the best thing to get me through I'm ready to give up is grounding myself. And when I ground myself is taking a walk in the park, reading and like staying away from my phone for a good period of time.
Right.
But what keeps me going, I can say, are the people who seen what I couldn't see in me at those times. For example, the lady at the library. Let's not call her the lady, Miss Marie.
Okay.
Miss
Miss
Marie,
Murray.
she that was that's someone who I can't help but to hear her voice in the back of my mind whenever I'm ready to give up. Because again, it's these strangers who've seen in me what I couldn't see in me. And if it wasn't for them taking a risk on a stranger, practically, I wouldn't be in the places that I am today. And it's a fire in me from them that keeps me going. Of like, I got to show them that I could do it. Because what I couldn't see in myself, they seen in me. And there's
Right.
clearly something there that I still have to realize. So I'm trying to get to where point I can see what they see in myself. I can't give up. I want to see what they see.
Don't give up. I see too, but your eyes, you have to see it, as you said. In order to see, just accept it. Like say, okay, y'all see something. Okay, now, all right. And then like have like when you get up in the morning, you look at the mirror, just keep telling yourself, I see something in you. And then you just start to see it. And while even like just working on yourself day to day,
Yeah,
you'll
I will
see
do
it.
that though. I will work on that. I like that practice. I see it in you in the mirror. Like saying that to myself, I
Yeah.
think that'll really help. So I definitely will take that.
Yeah. One thing too, you spoke about ecotherapy, which that is also walking in the park. I would also like to inform students who are watching this that the counseling center will be hosting ecotherapy walk March 13 and May 13, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. at Casino Park. So feel free to stop by the counseling center at 1Go3, again 1Go3, to sign up or learn about resources that they have. Back to you, Satira. Next question is, we all have that one thing that gets us through a rough day, whether it's music, food, or a little retail therapy. What is your go-to I need to get my life together ritual?
My go-to is again getting away from my phone. That's really what my number one go-to is
Mm-hmm.
getting away from my phone and being in a place where I could think clearly and freely for myself. So that can look like sometimes taking a walk in the park or just sitting in the park by myself. But like being in a place where I could think clearly and freely, away from outside sources, people, phones, whatever that looks like. So that's my number one go to when I need to like get myself back to okay, I need to get back to straight. That's my number one is and that's not just for a couple of hours. That practice takes like almost a week. So there's not
The
just
week?
a whole week of a break
Okay.
from the phone, a break from everything. And of course, that's unrealistic, but of course, you're going to try to do as much as possible. So if that means
Right.
not being on your phone or isolating yourself immediately after class or in work, whatever it is whatever that is that for you to think clearly for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
that's for me is just distancing myself from everyone, everything and everyone.
Okay, one question before you distance yourself, like, do you normally tell like the people that you communicate with on a daily basis or now and then, like, hey, in case if you don't hear from me, I'm just taking a mental health break, or how do you go about that?
Honestly, no, I don't tell no one.
Okay,
It's
you
one of
just
those things
that's
where I
me.
just go. Like, honestly, I just go. And now that I'm saying it out loud, maybe I should start telling people because, like I said, it can take time, and people who care about you will wonder where you
Yeah.
are, what's going on. So I guess it's something that I could maybe work on. But yeah, for me, I definitely don't tell anyone. It's just more so of a quiet thing.
Yeah. The reason why I even asked is because as you were speaking, I also thought of myself like, girl, you do this too. But the other day, someone was telling me when you do that, at least, let people know that you're taking a break or whatever. But what if you don't feel like,
That's what I'm saying.
like I don't have to, not being disrespectful, but it's like, why do I have to say that? You know me, everyone goes through stuff. We need time for ourselves. So if someone can't understand, then I really just don't know
You
what to
And
say.
so, like, I totally agree with that also because I feel as though, well, what if at the time I'm already in my moment and I don't want to say nothing? I'm already in my moment by that time. Like once I get to a point where I need to take that break, I'm already in my moment. So it's not like I'm going
Right.
to come out my moment, you know? But I feel like a more emotional management, I guess we could like manage those emotions a little more. But yeah, I feel the same way. Like, why should I have to tell you? I'm an adult. But like again,
Yeah,
there are people who do be wondering. It's a lot of people who don't have the social cues that we have, who don't understand what's going on, and so they will internalize
that part.
those emotions and those feelings without taking into consideration of the other person of what they're going through, or if they could be going through anything.
Right. I like how you added that because I'm, like I was like in the moment when the person was like, "Hey, tell me," I'm like, it obviously should you're a human being. You know that we all go through stuff, and I'm not being mean to you or whatever. I just need my time to rejuvenate and come back with a better energy.
Yeah, some people don't understand those social cues, nor do they like have those social skills to navigate those situations where they see someone like that. I had a similar situation happen to me during my first semester like that, and someone didn't really know how to manage it. And of course, I got mad at that person, but once I was able to like reflect on the situation and realize like this person genuinely cared and they just didn't know how to handle it more than it was intentionally, or you just wasn't paying attention or didn't care how I was feeling. But that's why I say I
Right.
think it's important for us to, I guess, learn how to not even tell someone, but just like, I
Like a
don't
little
know.
cue.
Yeah, a little cue that'll
Yeah.
help. That's like, not right now.
Wow.
It's time out right now because I get it. In those moments, I don't be wanting to talk to anyone, like at all. So I don't want to explain to you what's wrong. Sometimes I don't even know what's wrong. Sometimes there's so many things that's wrong, or so many different things that put in a factor into the moment that I can't even name one thing that's like what's wrong. So that'd be another thing of why that question could be so frustrating and irritating. Because and then what are you going to do about it?
Right.
I'm sorry to say it,
You're,
but like,
they're just gonna cloud our thoughts.
yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
it
It's
doesn't get
okay. I like the honesty. Everything should be just organic. So you're doing good. And I like how you're just talking, talking, talking. Next question. If you could go back and give your freshman year self one piece of advice, what would it be?
if I could go back and give my freshman year self advice, it would definitely be to grow those connections. I didn't fully grasp that concept until my second semester. Learn, study, and tips.
Mhm.
Every day, figure out what it is that you want in life. And when I say everything, I'm not over exaggerating. Figure that out in your mind. The 4 years that you are in college, figure that out every single day. Those the basically the main three things that I would tell myself now that I have now that is helping me more than ever. Studying tips, connections, and what's the third thing? I'm sorry. Studying tips, connections,
Make sure.
and
It's okay. I'll edit it. It's
okay.
okay. About studying tips, can you elaborate? Like, how do you now study?
Okay, for example, I used to have I used to go to the library and study for approximately 3 hours straight through and then stop. I'll try to fit into two subjects into 3 hours. Now my studying tips are now I limit myself to only work on two subjects a day. But those two subjects a day, I have a studying schedule for those where it's though I don't study for more than an hour then before taking a break. Because I realized taking those breaks in between help me stay focused for longer versus if I go for 4 hours straight, I get burnt out really quickly, or I don't fully grasp what I'm consuming from the curriculum. But
Mm-hmm.
for me, the best thing that has helped me is the hour breaks. The going for an
Okay.
hour, taking a break, going for an hour, taking a break. It's less of a burnout and it keeps me more focused.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Next question. I understand that you have siblings. How do you feel as a first generation student in this regard?
I feel good that I'm able to pave a path for them.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like really good for them to finally have someone to look up to. I'm the person that they look up to. For me, it's more so an excited feeling. I'm happy. I would be lying if I said I've had any negative emotions about it. One, because that's it.
Do you feel like you're the blueprint, stuff like
Yeah.
that?
I feel like I'm
Okay.
the blueprint, but like it's a good feeling. Like I don't know how to explain it other than like it's a good feeling. Like to feel like that blueprint more instead of it being pressure and nervousness or like anxious driven, it's more so like motivating because I'm
Right,
that
right,
blueprint, because I'm the one that get to set, okay, let me do this. And I wouldn't want it no other way, honestly. I wouldn't want it no other way. I wouldn't want them. Yeah, I wouldn't want it no other way. I'm glad I'm the one to set that blueprint for them. To break those generational curses. So it's more so an
right.
exciting feeling for me.
Proud of you. You're welcome. Next question is, do you have a mentor?
Yes. I do have a mentor.
Do you have one on campus or outside of school?
I have a mentor outside of school, but there is a few faculty here that I use as a mentor at times.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have both here and outside of school.
Good. Next question. Have you ever used counseling services on campus?
Yes, I actually am using counseling services now. I am in therapy. I've been in therapy a little over a year, but I've been in school therapy from the beginning
Mm-hmm.
of the semester. And it has been, I could say, different and helpful in a way. Now I have a place to debrief from school because some days you just need to like let go of all of the things that you are consuming in school, whether
Right.
that's curriculum, professors, or students, you know? I now have that outlet, whereas though I don't have to take the things that are going on in school back home. So it has been really like helpful for me. Whereas though I'm able to go home and actually get done what I have to get done versus me pondering on my day or upset about what has happened. So
Okay. I'm glad that you are using the counseling center on campus. That's good. What advice would you give to students seeking counseling services?
students seeking counseling services, don't be afraid to ask for help. That's one thing.
Really?
Two, don't be ashamed for needing the help or needing someone to talk to, because I remember having that similar feeling at first. Do I actually need this, or would this person think something is actually wrong with me? Would they validate my need for therapy? Don't let no one validate your need for therapy. If you feel as though you need someone to talk to debrief, if you have anxiety with anything, just don't be afraid to ask for help. The best thing I could say is therapy is almost like school. It's like almost what you make it. So if you go into it wanting more help or trying to understand your emotions and yourself, it's going to be the best thing for you. Versus if you don't understand why you're going to therapy and you just go just to go or because someone's telling you, it's not going to be as effective. You're not going to know how to use the resources, if that makes sense. Yeah. So don't be afraid. My number one advice is don't be afraid. I know it's such a stigma around
I
therapy, mental health in the Black community. But no, you could even, like, people don't even understand how easily we are trauma, like, we could get triggered or something could, like, hurt our feelings, and how that has an effect on not only internally, but physically too. The way you
yes.
talk about people, the way you talk to people, the way you go about your day, it's going to have an effect. It could be as little as your professor talking to you the wrong way in class. That can really trigger someone to make them feel less than and have them act in a different way the whole day. It could be the littlest things that could make someone feel less and have them going through things they don't understand. So that's what I mean. It's like, don't be afraid to ask. Like, it could be little things. Don't be afraid to ask for that help or needing that help.
Thank you for that. And I would like to add on to what you said. Don't be scared. It's better to seek the services rather than not saying our friends and families don't give good advice. However, their judgment is based off what they've been through, what people have told them. Sometimes we need that professional help. So I would say it's better to get professional help rather than venting to your friends because listen, that friend can give you the wrong point
Literally,
of view. Yeah.
facts.
So thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. And I hope this even encourages someone to seek professional help. So our last question, what advice would you give to other first gen students navigating college? I mean, you added some thoughts on it prior, but what is just one major thing that you would tell them like straight up?
Know your why. Get a mentor. Somebody specifically that's in the lane that you want to go.
Right, right.
Those are main two things for first gen students, but mainly anyone who started college. Know your why, and specifically for first gen students, get that mentor and build those connections because you will need it.
Thank you so much, Satira.
You're welcome.
I really had a wonderful time, a fun time asking you these questions. Thank you for your time and patience. I wish you all the best in your studies and whatever you do overall. Like, don't forget your why. I'm telling you your advice that you gave other
Yes, I'll
people
be
because
needing to hear it
sometimes,
too. I be needing
yeah,
to hear it.
yeah. When we had NSO the other day, that was one of my questions. The question was, what's one advice we would give to the new students? And I remembered like, hey, what kept me going is remembering why I started.
Why I'm doing
Yeah.
this in the
As
first
simple as
place.
it sounds, yeah, we have to remember our why. So remember your why. Don't give up. Continue breaking generational curses and barriers and conquer your dreams and aspirations. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bye.